Welcome everyone for another episode of RHMax.tv. RHMax.tv. Welcome to the show. I am Max, your hostess with the green candles. There have been a couple green candles. You know, after you go down 50%, 30 to 50% green candles, they seem nice. They seem like a good thing. A few things to talk about today. I'm really excited about the streams coming up this week, though. I've got one tomorrow with Neil and Crispy, which I think is gonna be really good. Of course, Crispy and Neil both been on the show a lot of times, and a lot of people like to hear from them and a lot of the ideals and liquidity, some of the liquidity plays and stuff going on. That should be very interesting. And then later this week, I hope to have Gift back on, and maybe Kool-Aid as well. Hopefully both of them to come on and talk about some permabull tokenomics stuff, which I think is pretty interesting. If you're in it for the tech and price performance, permabull tokenomics. I won't say too much about it right now, but I think I really want to. I think that'll be if we're able to do the deep dive this week, that would be really cool to get into. So, boy, what a fantastic day! Right, let me go to the chat again. This will be a quick one. Go for about probably 25 minutes today. A very quick one, but jam-packed full of information I hope to provide you. What's up, Red Squirrel? Number one, Crypto Dan. How's it going, man? Fox Modder, good afternoon. It's morning my time. Headed close to afternoon, though. Evening across the world, I imagine. J Money, welcome. Good to see you, man. Kaiser's here. Kaiser, what's happening? Some love for the candles. Yeah, there's a couple. I'll throw them up on the screen in a minute. Great recovery from WD3. Yeah. I know. I was talking about this yesterday. If you caught the stream yesterday, I was like, really? Is what, and the more, if you, I don't recommend anyone actually watch a lot of news, but I try to limit myself to literally like 10 minutes a day at most. I'd try to limit. Yeah. I would say on average, 10 minutes or less of any sort of, general news, world news and stuff per day. And from only very trusted sources, which, that are, as unbiased as possible, as objective as possible. That's what I prefer. Retrostatic, how's it going, man? Good day to you. Good day to you. Cookie de chocolate. Great. I do like chocolate cookies. I do. I like all cookies pretty much, but they're pretty good. Welcome. Taurus Moon, how's it going? Good to see you. Big month for Hex. Jay Perry says big month for Hex. Always do good around halving time. That is the thing. I've been talking about April for a while. So far, April has not been an up month. It's been pretty much since for the past month, for the past 30 days. We'll look at it in a second. It's been down, but the last few days, closer to halving, things seem to not look so bad, or maybe we're just used to it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the chart real quick, or look at the prices, at least on GoPulse. So yesterday, I went to the 30-day, and I'm pretty sure, no, it's not working. Let me refresh real quick. Yeah, so look at the 30-day. I'm pretty sure yesterday, you can go back and check if you want. We were sitting around minus 50% around across the board yesterday, and that was on the month time frame. Did it go up? Did we just have some red days back then? Either way, we're sitting at around only 35% down in the month. So we got a few green candles. Got a few going on here. Look at the pulse real quick, and we had a couple days ago. Remember we talked about that yesterday. A couple dips, but we're going up, down. Get a little higher over here. Hit 83.40 as well earlier on this tax day for some, I guess you could say. But boy, it's not all hope is lost. Still mega bullish on this ecosystem. I've never lost my bullishness on this ecosystem. Overall, it's just been there's ups and downs, and I wish it would go. None of that matters. Doesn't matter when I want the price to go up. As long as I believe the price will go up over time, and already has. Again, everyone will say, "Oh, it's not from SAC level." If you bought the dips, a lot of these coins, Inc is still up almost 1,000% from its all-time low. So there has been buying opportunities, regardless of the SAC. I know everyone wants their SAC price to go up, and they want that to be the bottom of everything. But we launched in a bear market, right? So there were buying opportunities, and these numbers were a lot higher about 6 weeks ago or so, too. So, anyways, got a few green candles, and it's always nice to see. I'm going to enjoy my coffee for about 10 seconds here. I'll be right back. Feels good. Hexing contractor, welcome. Enoch's here. How's it going? From Tasmania, that's one place I have not visited. I've been to Australia. I have not been in Tasmania. At 3:30 in the morning. Well, I hope you're awake for you're not having trouble sleeping. Hopefully you're just having a good time out there. But shout out to Tasmania. I've always wanted to have been to Australia for a long time, and I would definitely I've been thinking about next time I go, I'd like to visit Tasmania and stuff. So very cool. Appreciate you tuning in, David. That's awesome, man. I love to see people all over the world, talk about these products and everyone who's passionate about DeFi, man. A lot of cool stuff going on out there, especially in their ecosystem. J Money, when time passes, we zoom out, downturn. Exactly. I've said this before too. If prices were, and if you believe they will go that way, when they are, you could say, if you believe they're going to go in that direction, if Pulse is up 10, 20, 50x from the lows, no one's going to remember when it was down this much. Only time anyone talks about when it was down so much is when it's either happening right now and their bags are down, they have some reason to not feel really good about it, or they're telling other people about, remember when it was so low and you had a chance to buy? That's the only time anyone cares about the prices being like this. When the price is up, it's a different story. So I completely agree. Yeah, for sure. Matthew Jungles, could you give us a clinic on technical aspects of PulseChain? What is max TPS? What is TTF? I'm not sure what TTF means, but I'll check. How does it handle block storage? How does it handle atomic swaps? Good question, man. I'm going to definitely use AI for some of that because I just don't keep a lot of stuff on top of my head. I've talked about before or otherwise. Curious why, you're not the average care about the price guy. You actually care about the tech, which is awesome too. But trying to think the differences between, so PulseChain is a fork of Ethereum with some changes, faster block time, stuff like that. I think we had 10-second blocks versus 12-second with Ethereum, but I'm going to refer great time to use Perplexity here, perplexity.ai. And then TPS, let's see, do you see what TTS? Oh, time to finality. I'm just going to ask and go from there. So what is PulseChain? Let me try to make it as easy as possible. TPS, TTF. I'm just going to see if it can handle it. Now, how does it handle block storage and atomic? I think a lot of those are the same as Ethereum. I don't think we made any changes there. So, I can't go in technical detail on that off the top of my head, but I can just put it in here and see what it says. I've literally stopped trying to remember everything. It's stuff I've either talked about before or I haven't talked about at all and do a bunch of research. I'm like, let the AI do it. So I've tried to, let's just see what it says on this. Because it's pulling from the web and also it's body of information. So if there is references, so here's one too with TPS off the Reddit. So let's see what it pulled from. So TPS, so it explains what TPS is. And then Ethereum's average TPS is 10 to 15 PulseChain for Ethereum faster block time. Yes. Oh, that's what I was, sorry. I said 10 to 12, 3-second block times. Yeah, I think it's 3-second block times, Ethereum's 10 seconds. I did some calculations on this because I was thinking about validators. I did some how much you can make from being a validator. And I remember looking all the stuff up to put it into the calculations for how much you can make being a validator, single validator, 10 validator, stuff like this. But again, I just don't keep a lot of it top of my head. 3 seconds compared to 10 seconds. Aim to start with initial TPS of around 40 to 60. So let's click on this reference and go down on average 10 to 20 seconds. Okay. Ethereum on average has 10 to 20 TPS. So Force Plus is somewhere around 10. Okay, so it says estimated 10 to 60. I don't know if there's a actual place to find that out because I know we have the Beacon Explorer. Let's see, Go Real DeFi. Remember the thing off the top of my head. Actually, this is one of the not decentralized apps. That's right. So this is Launchpad where you can launch this. But if you want to go to, what is it, Beacon? Is it beacon.pulsechain.com? I haven't been there so long because it just, I don't know, half the time it works sort of, but then some things aren't there. Some things are broken from time to time. So I just haven't used it for a while. I'm not sure if it actually tells the TPS stats or what. This is a fork of, did not show it here. I forgot. This is a fork of some Explorer. I forget which one it was. Does it actually have a... I don't know. Does GoPulse have this? Let's check. Does it have blocks? It's got a block section. So no, it is 10 second versus 12 second. That's what I thought. I thought it was 10 seconds instead of 12 second. Is this just old? Okay. Maybe back then we were playing with 3 second blocks instead of 10. Is that what it was? Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I calculated this the other day and it was 10 versus 12. That's what I had from my memory. And then does it talk about, oh, it says TPS. This says 6 TPS, but that seems low, right? Because it should be faster. I mean, I don't know exactly the exact calculation, but I would think it'd be faster. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody in the chat got anything on that? I'm not sure. And then time to finality, does it talk about that? Let's see, consider irreversible. Okay, so again, I think the faster blocks reduces a lot of this stuff too, or makes it faster. So faster block time suggests a commitment to reducing TTF. So probably faster TTF than Ethereum. I would just think of, general. These are good questions, by the way, but just in general, I would think the changes that are made, 10-second blocks versus 12-second, for example, a lot of these other pieces will be improved in some way, maybe faster or otherwise, because some of them tie in. Not all of them, some of them do. Block storage, again, I don't think anything changed there. Atomic swaps. I remember when Richard used to talk a lot about atomic swaps. And I think maybe just start concentrating on bridging and that kind of tech. Instead of, I think atomic swaps was like, did they finally, I'm sure some blockchains have it. I think I looked this up the other day. They have it, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it for a long time. Yeah, I would, let me actually ask that. So pros, cons, atomic swaps versus, let's just say bridges. I know they're not, the same, but they do allow some interoperability stuff. Curious, like why bridges are so much more popular than atomic swaps, or do they kind of use, that's right. That makes sense now. 3-second blocks when it was BSC. Thank you, Retrostatic. That makes sense now. Yeah, when we were going to have like 32 validators and we're doing BSC, man, I'm glad we forked ETH 2.0. That was awesome. Oh man, the muscles. We got automatic muscles in the chat here. Look at that. Muscles in the chat showed up. You know what? It's not even muscles in the chat. I'm going to call it muscles in the Chad. I've renamed chat to Chad when I read this comment. That's the impact you're making there, Mr. Donald Schwantz. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Atomic swaps, bridge back and forth, facilitate. Let's see. Advantages, decentralization. Complex. Enhance liquidity of assets, move chains. Are they just more, bridges more centralized, but they are just more proven? Is that the... So atomic swaps offer a high degree of decentralization and security, but be complex and limited range to number. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's supported cryptocurrencies. So it's harder to make them support new stuff. Blockchain bridges and provide more user-friendly weighted assets. Put to failure. Yeah, interesting. I haven't thought about muscles maximalism. I haven't thought about atomic swaps for a while. But it is cool to see the difference too. Nice. I think you tried techno. Yeah, so dude, I'm telling you, Mr. Junglist, Mr. Matthew here, perplexity.ai. I would, if you want to deep dive into it, and maybe you never know if I feel like I may do some more later too. You can tell it, no, PulseChain has 10-second blocks. I'm just going to tell it that and see what happens. And hopefully it'll like find more up to date stuff. we're gonna move on here in a second, but yeah, Perplexity is, if you're gonna do research on stuff, I'm telling you, Google doesn't exist to me anymore for research unless there's something specific I know Google can do real quick. Perplexity.ai has completely replaced Google for research. So if you're gonna do research on it and do technical stuff, which is awesome, I suggest using Perplexity. Some inconsistency, yeah, because BSC. Really? It didn't find one that said 10 second. I don't know. Well, apparently it's not it's pretty good at searching, but it sometimes just doesn't find information. Anyways, boom, back to here. Look at that. Green. We were $4. It went down. Oh no. Yeah, multi-chain world, PulseChain fit in. Yeah, definitely for true DeFi and for I did streams on the privacy pool stuff. I think we'll have a lot of features that'll be maybe hopefully if a lot of stuff comes to PulseChain, it'll be like, if I were thinking about PulseChain in the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, when more people gets more adoption, all that stuff. Good for privacy. We'll have like privacy stuff. Of course, price performance, we're all hoping it is early Ethereum type stuff, early products in that way. And just DeFi, like a lot of really good DeFi products. Ethereum has a lot, but here it's kind of green pastures. We can fork a lot of stuff. We can create new stuff. Yeah, interoperability. I mean, I think eventually, like, why wouldn't we have more options on bridges and stuff to connect things? I mean, I've talked about the stuff Richard's talked about as far as things he wants to do or dev team's working on, or the list of stuff. I talked about that a few times on the show and with coffee the other day too. That list is like a couple years old. Can you imagine now if we were to see like a new list and all the features and PulseX upgrades and all the other stuff that they're probably thinking about? Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Simple believer, only thing going up is my patience. I can wait. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Shout out to patience, by the way. Highly underrated. I mean, that's the way I look at it is, don't want the price to go up? Sure. Do I believe it will go up eventually? Yes. Does it going down make me lose confidence in the ecosystem? No, because I believe it's going to go up. And I believe in more. I like doing this more than just for the price. Of course, yeah, I want it, sure, most people are here to get rich or richer, okay? But the reason people stick with Hex and stuff for years and years and years to the, the good times, bad times, hard times, whatever, is because this ecosystem stands for more than just come here, get rich and leave sort of thing. It stands for, I mean, again, anyone who does that, congrats. You don't owe anyone anything sort of deal too. But the principles and the values that it stands for and what we promote and things like that. And Richard taking on the SEC to set good precedents for crypto and save everyone from failing DeFi and put forth a better system, a better place, be a force for good in the world. All that stuff it keeps people around, keeps me around, right? Like if I was just here for price go up, why wouldn't I have already left, right? Like why wouldn't everyone, why wouldn't coffee stop streaming? Like why would Xiaomi still be here? I mean, the prices are up and down all the time lately. So a lot of people got super rich, left. A lot of people got super rich, stayed. And a lot of people are here because they think it's worth their time and money until it's not. Maybe it's not, nothing lasts forever, right? But the idea of being here and staying around because you believe you're actually making a contribution is, up there with, just stacking coins and getting richer over time. Like they're a beautiful thing if they can work together. And yeah, I believe this is the best place to do it, bar none. Hey, J Rip City, what's up, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. How's it going? All right, so we move on and we wrap up here in just a couple minutes. We spent some time on that. It was pretty cool. By the way, I had Hex Bastard and Charlie Cultivate Crypto on the show the other day. Talked about some fun stuff. That was a good stream. Looks like there's some more farms, by the way, on 9inch. So again, you have choice. Like a lot of people are saying Ink is the best meme coin on PulseChain. It's a little tongue in cheek. It's like meme coin in the sense that the token doesn't do anything. But you could say, you know, Sloth and others talked about too, monetize its risk. A lot of people think about it like that. It's also heavily bonded with Pulse and PulseX. So Hart's law said they're supposed to go up and down together. So if you believe they're going to go up, you know, maybe ink goes up harder. That's what it has done historically, like, you know, not financial advice, but historically speaking, and the way the Hart's law works and stuff. That's the way people think about it. And even Richard himself has referenced it as being potentially leverage on Pulse and PulseX, which, again, look at the chart, right? So everyone looking to max out those gains, something interesting. A lot of cool choices on PulseChain, though. And just take a look at the farms real quick they have. Like, you don't even have to be interested in, you know, the 9-inch or BBC or anything like that. If you just look at the farms, they've had single side staking for PulseX for a while. Yeah, they have a lot of features too. Like they have the DCA feature we talked about the other day. Where is it? Yeah, DCA features, swap limit orders. So if you go to farms, they got Pulse, DAI, USDC. Again, you're not earning ink here, you're earning BBC, and you know, you decide, you know, what your investment thesis and stuff is there. But they have Pulse and PulseX. They have EHEX and Hex farms. And yeah, different farms. Nope. You got BBC, yeah, ink farms here with BBC, SolidX. You got Tropa, Axis, it's like Teddy Bear. Yeah, a bunch of different ones there. And then P farms. Yeah, they added Wrap BTC. Oh, okay. These are the P copy farm. Okay. So the two coins that Richard talked about the other day that he was saying that went up so much, the free money ones. Yeah, you have a PDAI and PWBTC. You have Pulse and PDAI, and you got Pulse and WBTC there. So yeah, add some new farms there. You know, if you're interested, that kind of these kinds of farms. I like ink, you know, too. But yeah, and this DCA feature we went through on stream the other day, pretty interesting. So some updates there, and then we talk about. Oh yeah, in case you all missed it the other day too. I'll put the link in the chat. So this was something that I saw, you know, we've seen like the SAC wallet, right? Saw like 6 buys or so over the last few months. And then will we see more in April post happening? I don't know. But if you're a nerd, I explained, because, you know, maybe some people are doing less updates or not updates at all, or, you know, you don't see a lot on Twitter as much right now. And for me, I was like, okay, well, let me figure out how to do this. How could I, you know, if I wanted access and I wanted to get updates on wallets and stuff, I want to get a text every time, like, you know, some big wallet that I'm interested in makes a big move, which sounds very useful information to have. For example, you know, you could use it for anything, not just SAC wallet. You could use it works on PulseChain, Ethereum, anything. I was thinking of like, oh, how would I do that? So yeah, I wrote some code. And if you're a nerd, I explained like the different process of how to do it. You got to have, it's not free. Like you need to have paid access to the Debank API stuff. You got to create like some kind of app to give you a text message and an email client. But I went through all the instructions. Everything's there. It all works. And even give you like a screenshot here of getting a text, and then go into the site and make, oh yeah, there was a, you know, Pulse movement or whatever coin. So anyways, basically there's a script, you create a configuration file. In the configuration file, you tell it like what coins you want to watch, what chain you want to watch it on, what wallet, all that stuff. And then you just run it. And, you know, after you set up the API access, and, you know, again, talk about how to do that, you know, it requires Linux, or I guess you can run on Windows and stuff too, but I just talk about how to support on Linux. Again, this is not for like the average person to set up. But I go through how to do SMS alerts and how to set up an email client and do all that stuff. So yeah, if you know how to do this, I just think the information should be available. I don't like this. Like I like transparency. I think information is very powerful, and I generally value transparency and the free sharing of information much more. I tend to avoid this information scarcity thing. Like, I don't know, like where it's only available to private groups or paid access, or that's just my own opinion. Again, anyone can do whatever they want. I hope people make money and provide valuable services, all that stuff too. But information in general about, you know, for example, SAC wallet moves or for whatever else, I think at least you should have the pieces to put together yourself to do it. You could totally go and make a platform that like lets people sign up and, you know, get notifications, all that stuff too. I'm not really interested in that. I don't really care about scaling this type of thing. But for me personally, I was like, I would like to know. I would, when this stuff happened, if I don't see people talking about it on Twitter that much, then where am I getting my information? Like I need to do it all manually. I just need to sit there and like click refresh. I'm not going to do that. So why not automate it? Why not use code and use, I know how to write code. I know how to do tech stuff. So anyways, I came up with a system to do it. Again, not for the average person. You got to actually know some tech to put these pieces together. But there's definitely a way to do it. And yeah, I like to, and even if you literally tell people the answer, I've thought of this so many times. You could tell the people the answer to something. You can give them, and well, I don't want to give anyone advice, but you can tell them like, wow, this is exactly how to do something. And 99% of people still won't do it. So yeah, this whole balancing act of, talk about it, don't talk about whatever. I think the people who want to know should be able to know. And that's just generally the way I approach things. So the ones who want to win, they'll put into work to do it. But again, I think it's the choice is up to the individual and who's, and all that stuff. So I think that that was a fun project to work on. It actually took a while to put it together and make it easy and instructions and stuff like that. But you can see, yeah, once you put it together, monitor the wallet in the console, it'll just, you can set thresholds, only tell me if it went, if only like, it'll reach out to Dex Screener and get prices and be like, okay, I don't want to know if, 50 cents worth of value is transferred, only $50 worth or something like that. So you can configure it and do all this stuff. All the code's available. All the code is right here on my GitHub, RHMax.org, monitor wallet. And yeah, here's all the code. Works with Ethereum, works for PulseChain. And I got an example configuration file here. Again, wallet, tokens, chain. It reads it and starts doing it. But again, you got to have, I set up on Linux. I had the paid subscription to Debank to actually get access to the API to call and monitor for changes and amounts and stuff. And then with IFTTT, which is really cool. It'll basically, it's like a general way to get something to do something. It's like if I want to get a text message when an email comes through or something like that, you can tell it. It supports like a ton of different services. You can tell it to do stuff like that. Anyways, so that's out there. And yeah, I don't know how many people are using it or whatever, but yeah, I like using it to see when my favorite wallets are making big changes, because maybe that's interesting and important. I think people should, respectfully. I don't see anything wrong with talking about public information and not just keeping everything underground. Like that's my personal thesis. So again, everyone do as they wish. I don't criticize anyone for their other ideas, but I like that. I tried to go about things. All right, wrapping up in just a second. 50-week check out the week hands coming up on it. Was this he said 47th weekly candle? Have we shaken out enough week hands? We shall see. Bitcoin halving coming up in a few days. We got and we got the 50 weeks coming up, and yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Very interested in that. And the other thing, just one other thing I'll share real quick, is I put up a list of RH streams. I don't know who made this doc, but it is awesome, and I appreciate them. And actually, I came across the stream that didn't have on the doc. The doc is really good. It has a ton of different streams on it, literally categorized and everything. But it has a ton of information. I don't know who is working on this. Even the shorts, there's like shorts and stuff on here too. I got a ton of shorts on my channel too, but I guess just tracking the ones that Richard uploaded, I guess. Scivive categorized by that. Other people's channels, this is like the hard to find information. It is really hard to find Richard on other people's channels unless they explicitly put his name in there. Even if you're searching for it on YouTube, it's hard to find. And these are like great stuff. So, and yeah, even Twitter Spaces, they got the YouTube links and the Twitter links. Oh my gosh, a wealth of information. Shout out to whoever made this. It's awesome. So if you want to go back and look at vintage stuff, check out that list, go on the channel, click on founder, learn to earn, go real DeFi, learn to earn founder. I've got vintage stuff coming out every Thursday, a new vintage clip every Thursday until July 2025, I believe. And it's already like 150, 200 videos out there already. So 265 total coming out over time. So very, very cool. That's all I got for y'all today. Prices look a little bit up again. Yeah, we're down like 50% yesterday over the month. Now it looks like 35%. Really cool stuff. Really love this ecosystem. A lot of fun stuff coming on again this week. Hope to have at least two banger streams, hopefully Tuesday and Thursday. That's what I'm looking forward to. You never know. I have even more, maybe less. We'll see. But that's all I got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.